defensively. Lost every quarter. Got annihilated on loose balls and rebounds. Gave up 20 offensive rebounds and 29 more shots. So we all own it, but very embarrassing. Very embarrassing and a hard lesson.
With the rebounding, Rick, to you, is it a technique thing, an effort thing? Why do you think it was so lopsided today compared to other games in the series?
Technique.
Box outs, anything like that? Awry?
Oh yeah, it was box outs for sure. Look, it's just the cold-blooded desire to go get the ball. You know, to make contact with somebody and go get the ball. That's what it is. And we did not do it. And so paid a heavy price.
It didn't start off well for you guys. You guys were up 7, 5 minutes into the game. Where do you feel like it kind of turned?
We were down 6 at the end of the first quarter. It did start badly for us.
You obviously, this is what you kind of saw coming in terms of what would take.
I mean, I saw what coming.
In the sense of when you came in here in pregame, you said,
yeah, it's going to be hard.
To win. I mean, like,
it's going to be hard.
What didn't sort of translate there? You sort of knew that was how the game was going to be won or lost.
Well, there's no excuses. But, you know, all the guys on our roster, I believe it's the first time they've been in a game 5 tied 2-2 going on the road. And so you learn a lot in those situations very quickly. So for us, you know, give up 38 in the first quarter and, you know, lose by 9 in the second, lose by 6 in the third, and then get wiped out in the fourth. So, you know, it's you know, this is a different circumstance. And as a playoff series progresses, you know, it's going to get harder and harder.
Rick, I know with necessarily, but like when you see the way he performed the last couple games versus tonight, what's the difference?
Well, you know, if we don't get stops and rebounds, you know, our game is not going to look good. You know, we're not going to be able to get the ball out. All of our playmakers are not going to have opportunities to, you know, get the ball on attack. I mean, you take the ball out of the net, you know, particularly after free throws and offensive rebounds. I mean, you're climbing an uphill battle, and they turned their pressure up tonight, and our pressure was virtually non-existent. So we failed on many levels, and so, you know, we've got to make some serious adjustments for Game 6, and we need to get out of here and get home.
How do you feel about change affecting what you guys are doing, especially defensively?
Well, I mean, a smaller lineup, intuitively, you would think it would give us a better chance to do well on the boards. But just their overall level of fight in this game was superior to what ours was, and that's the bottom line.
Did that force you to double more tonight than you had the rest of the series?
Well, we did, because we just got into some stretches where we just weren't getting stops, and so, you know, we'll look at all that, and some of that is matchup driven, but we never established any kind of a starting point in this game. You know, you could say when we were up 5 or 6 in the first quarter, maybe that seemed like it was, but you've got to sustain and maintain in this kind of road environment. We did not do that.
Obviously,
Couple more, guys.
Obviously, 18 turnovers helps that continue to snowball. What did you see kind of go wrong in terms of just ball security in this one? Obviously, it seemed like that's when things started to go sideways in the first quarter. You had a bunch of
Bad situations, some poor decisions, and you know, this is how things can snowball. You know, when you're not doing the little things well. You know, when we're not running hard, spacing, finding bodies, rebounding the ball. I mean, it's there are a lot of things that are connected to a lot of things.
You mentioned taking the ball out of the basket. Did that 6-minute scoreless drought during the third quarter, is that what you kind of felt like happened? Like the defense just wasn't getting stops?
I haven't watched it yet, so I can't give you a blow-by-blow about whatever the 6-minute stretch you're talking about. It probably happened right after we cut it to 7. But I don't remember all the events of that.